takes is one job, and everything is gonna be okay.
Alright, I got my first roof section cut. Now I'm gonna throw it in the bender there. And this piece down here will be our rain gutter where we spot welded in. I left it a little long because it'll help me bend this curve into it. I'm gonna kind of measure up the side here. Kind of want to know where this wants to bend as we get up to 14 there. Kind of is flat until about here. So we go up about 3 inches or so and make our first bend, and then it flattens out for 3 inches across the top there. So we'll kind of put dashes to kind of guide us on each side where we want to bend as it goes up. Shabby. It's like I need to kind of unbend it a little bit in the middle. So make those marks with an X. Alright, so I got my piece made here. I cut down, just took the cutoff wheel and cut down that lip so it'll fit in the rain gutter. And there's a big old dent right there where I need to be. So I want to cut out the hole for this new panel and knock that dent out over there. And the big concern that I have right now is that difference right there. That's supposed to be down there, and I think if I take out this part that's in the gutter, you know, our original skin, it'll drop it down a skosh more, and then I might have to lift this up a little bit to match it right. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do that. So after some measurement checking, the distance between here and the gutter are different on these two, which isn't really surprising. So I kind of knocked this down a little bit, the gutter. I just hammered slowly back and forth and tried to bring it down a little bit. Hammered this up a little bit. This one has this weird gap that I'm not happy about. It gets real wide right here. I can almost stick the end of my finger in it. And it goes down to nothing. So mess with that, and then there's a inner structure piece that I unbolted, and I think I'll be able to finagle it in that last little bit. So I haven't cut the top cut yet. I've cut the side ones here, but I haven't cut the top one. I want to kind of get this a little bit better set up and then cut that top one so it's not wrong. It's an important cut, you know. And so I want to get this kind of either clamped in here or something to make sure that that's the line I want to be cutting on. So there's this pucker right at the top here, and I want to take care of that, but I want it to have that like kind of a spring to it. So I'm trying to kind of keep some of the tension there so it holds that shape, you know. I got that lump out of the, trying to find it for you, there in the middle, but now there's a bit of a lump next to it. So I'm going to try to recut that and take up some of that metal there and see if we can get that big old lumperdoodle out of there. I think we got them. It's looking pretty level now. What I had was the two seams coming together, and where they're going to mount up and make a bulge, that's where it's stretched out too far. So when I cut those welds and take that grinder through, it's taken away some of that metal, and the new seam, when it butts up, it's tighter, and that's what got rid of that. So it's kind of a cheater way of shrinking. I actually use it quite a bit. If I have a dent that's super stretched out, then sometimes I'll cut it once or cut it in an X and weld it back up, and it just shrinks up the metal instead of shrinking it with a torch or a stud gun or whatever you try to shrink it with. Alright, got the other piece made, like our other side. It's filling in pretty good. I kind of want to adjust our in and out. I want to bring this out just a little bit more so it has that nice curve down the side. Right now it's a touch in, but I haven't welded the welds on the drip rail yet here, and so I think I can move that where I want it. It's all kind of complex, you know, working on one section and you're hoping you're not messing up another. We're pretty close, just want it a little bit better. This side, of course, when there's two sides, one's going to be better. This side's a little better. Happy with the progress today. Kind of succeeding in having that high crown in the middle. Have it taper front to back, you know. It all tapers down and kind of has a high spot in the middle there. So we'll call it a win so far.
One job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and everything is gonna be okay.